Hello you. I share a lot about my life in New York, and one of the biggest questions I get is how do you afford to live in New York City? I've been financially independent for almost a decade now, and I would say like this is my most requested DM. It's like, how do you make money? Are you a Nepo baby? Do your parents pay for your lifestyle? So I'm going to answer all of these questions in this vlog and show you my week of work. Disheveled. But I just got home from the gym and I feel literally so chaotic this morning. So this morning I woke up at 8:30, edited some videos for Ultraviolet, and then biked to the gym, filmed an ad for the gym, did my gym session, biked home, and now I'm going through all my emails, and I have to go to a client on site 12 in 2.5 hours, analyze a masterclass of this Sunday, clear my inbox, and then make sure that my storage on my phone is good for the client shoot. I feel like I don't like get stressed. Like I'm not like I don't stress out easily. I just like to feel very organized, and I always say this, like my room is such a mess, but like my brain is very organized. So I do want to do like a 30-minute clean, eat my breakfast, get my protein in, honestly do my journal. I feel like this is the thing, me making sure I'm like getting my 10,000 steps, eating my protein, drinking enough water, girl bossing, like like looking after my body, being mentally clear, like all this stuff, and it's just like so true. Edit my YouTube video, and I'll say there's like two parts of my income, one that's like the creator side and one that is the marketing consultancy side. A lot of people think that I do like TikTok full-time, when in reality like I don't. I work a lot on my consultancy side, but the YouTube video, I don't monetize YouTube at the moment, but hopefully one day I will be able to / will want to. So I just like to make sure that I like consistently post on here, and it's also like a really good way for me to talk to you more, like I guess in depth about what I do, because I find that TikTok hasn't really been like the right platform for me to do so. I just finished editing my video, so now I need to make the cover photo and upload it to YouTube. I have 3 calls tonight, so I'll also do some prep for that. I need to clear my inbox. It's almost 5 p.m. and I have my first call at 5. It's a personal account call, which is essentially when creators come to me, or business owners, and they want to grow their personal socials. So this first one, essentially, I get them to send over like a email of like what their goals are, what they want to be, content that they can film, how often they can film, and then on the call we basically discuss exactly what they're going to output and come up with a strategy for them to push their own personal socials outside of their business. So take a look at one last look at her page and then jump on the call with her. I do a partnership with Redken every single year, and I'm currently editing my video, so I need to do a voiceover for that and then send that across to them for posting approval. I'm literally obsessed with Redken, but when you do film like a voiceover or like a paid ad, it always seems like it's forced. Like, oh, they're just paying you to say this. It's like, yes, they're paying you, but I know some people take brand deals for things they don't use, but the way I literally purchase most of the stuff myself because I use it so much. They're like, yeah, but no, you have to. Plus, like if you move here, full send. What we say now will probably change considering if you are moving / your content type and kind of what you want to build. Just finished the personal account call, and now I need to write like a summary and send that off. And then now I'm looking at the schedule for tomorrow, and this is basically just like a schedule of filming. So, and the content that we need to get for one of my clients, Ultraviolet. You might have heard of them if you're a girl. Like they do, this is them. Sunscreen. They're like one of the bigger, like more modern, cool sunscreen companies. And yeah, so we just have like a lot of content to shoot tomorrow. So I'm going to read through that plan. Then I have to prep for my next call, which is, I want to say it's a prospect call, which basically means someone's inquired to work with me, a brand's inquired to work with me. I jump on the call with them for 15 minutes, see what their goals are. I'm not actually currently taking on any client. A lot of the time, like clients just aren't aligned, whether that's like if they don't have like the resources or the budget, or like want me to film the content, or they want me to do XYZ. So I just more so lead them to book a one-to-one strategy call, which is a 1 hour power hour, where I basically set them up for a strategy and then they can come back in like 2 to 3 months and do another one. Basically, the benefit of this for them is it's lower cost. They get the strategy and there's no commitment on my end from a retainer perspective, so there's no contracts really like involved. I've actually gotten some gifting from this brand before, so I feel like I owe them a call. I don't think that we're super aligned with their resources and also what I could do for them, so I might lead them in the direction to book a one-to-one call, because a lot of the time I like to say like TikTok is a skill that you can be taught, and a lot of what I do is teaching internal teams how to have like a TikTok brain. This is pretty much what I look like a lot of the time when I work from home. Full PJs or like just sweater comfies, but one of my clients just sent me some sneakers, so let's unbox them.
Sorry.
What?
That was really weird.
What?
Your eyes really.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just going.
I was like having this today.
Go on. This is a YouTube video.
Oh, well, I went on
These
to
are sneakers.
Pinterest ads.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna come tomorrow, but
I'll just squad.
no to the halos.
Oh,
I just, yeah. Kind of do that whole thing where you like beg for forgiveness, like start the new account and say, like, you know how this is kind of a bit of a tangent, but you know how Mr. Beast has like random accounts that are like designed for different people, and other people will have different accounts that's like targeted towards women, some are targeted towards men, some are targeted towards US, Australia, New Zealand, whatever. I guess it depends on your objective, because if your objective is to find founders, finishing up my emails, I have to get up pretty early tomorrow at like 6, so I want to clear my inbox. I have so much to do this week, it's like actually nuts. Being busy is really good. We always go to the gym, we park our bikes and they're like coming up and we just walk straight past them. I was like, what are the odds of that happening? Quickly doing my makeup because I have to shoot with Ultraviolet today and I might need to be in some of the content, so meeting in Tribeca and then pretty much spending the whole day with them. And I feel like this is why having a routine is so important. So I went to the gym this morning and shot what I needed to shoot for them, and then I'll edit it when I get home from Ultraviolet at like 3:30, and then I have a strategy call tonight and then a launch party for one of my friend's startups. I definitely feel that I have to be way more like regimented with my routine these days just because of my workload. I also want to, of course, like make content, whether that's like TikTok content or like this YouTube content. So that just takes like it adds like a whole nother element of thinking like, okay, what shots do I need to get? How much info do I need to give you on like what I'm doing at all times? I can't just switch my brain off. I don't really have any like insane productivity hacks. I literally just use my notes app to create a schedule every day so that I know exactly what I need to get done. I'm trying to get better at time blocking. Like I feel like I tend to procrastinate tasks I don't want to do. So Mahalo, my friend, always said like put times against things. So if you want to get your emails done, put like from 8:40 to 9, you're going to clear your inbox so it's done, you know, instead of just like emails, because it's so ambiguous and there's no time next to it. I also feel like so busy with work at the moment right now that I feel like I almost don't have time to have like a social life, which sounds so silly, but that's like when people ask me about dating. Like I don't really feel ready to be like dating. I just like do not want a boyfriend whatsoever. But I had this guy ask me out for dinner last night and I'm just like, even if I wanted to go, like I'm just working all the time, so I don't have any time to facilitate anything. Of course, if it was like a major priority, like I really wanted to like find my husband, then I feel like I could obviously make something work. But like when people ask about dating, I'm like, I'm just trying to be out here like building a brand. This is the look, and then I just need to put some like hair oil through my hair so it's not so like scraggly. I'm like, wow, this is what I'm eating. Okay, so just wrapped filming. I am so tired. Now I have 2 calls tonight and then have to go to the startup launch. So I'm gonna quickly prep for those calls, go on them, and then get dressed to go out again. You're telling me. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Outrageous, it's egregious.
Dude, so many hours spent outside this fucking house. Where have you been, young lady? I was shooting content with one of my clients. Back home, I just made myself this little collagen drink thing. Essentially because I won't be online for this specific client tonight, I have to send all their content across in the next hour before I jump on my work call. So the call I have tonight is like a new edit. How messy my room always is. Like, have you seen that meme that's like the most creative people are super messy? Like, that's just what I like to tell myself. Yeah, so I need to like edit. Essentially how my relationship works with Ultraviolet is I do a lot of their content strategy for TikTok specifically, not for Instagram. And then as part of their like New York launch, I'm like launching, I'm like filming a lot of their content. Generally speaking, it's like easier to have the person that comes up with the strategy execute your strategy because you don't have to spend time like explaining the vision. So today we could just like knock out every single thing that we wanted to knock out. We went like straight up to Times Square and then we would just like come down. So we went Times Square, Central Park, Empire State Building, and then you could just like do all of that all at once.
How did today go?
Okay.
I was like, I don't want anything less than $5,500 plus GST plus your 20%. So it's like,
Well, I also paid out my stand. I got that sorted after like 10 years.
oh,
So I paid that out. It should be coming into the account in like, I don't know, maybe a day. Talia is on my bed with normal people clothes. And you know what, Tony? That's what you get when you come into my room and cry. You're only allowed that once a year and you've already used it. My most frequently asked question when I post anything work related is like, how did you get to where you are? Maybe that's why you're watching this video. Because people will say like, I want to do what you do, like how do I get there? And I would have never thought that, like I never envisioned my life looking like this. Like I never thought I was gonna like move to New York City. I never thought that I would be like fully freelancing and working with the clients I'm working with today. So it's not like I have step-by-step kind of like guide to be like, if you do X, Y, Z, you'll get here. And it also depends on your goals, I guess, like also your ambition. Also, I don't think that you need a degree necessarily to work in marketing. It does help. No, I don't think it matters where you go to uni, college, whatever you want to call it. But if you are looking to get an E3 visa, you do need a uni degree. So that's like a really important note, unless you're like a specialty, which even then I think you might need a degree. I actually studied criminal law for a year and then realized like none of the jobs that I wanted, they were all like office jobs. And I was like, that actually doesn't sound that fun. So I swapped to a business degree because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I majored in entrepreneurship, which is like kind of a new degree, I would say. And essentially you just learn how to run a business for 3 years. Like you do like the accounting, you do marketing, you do business analytics, you do data classes. Like I wouldn't say I learned nothing from this degree, but I don't think it was awfully helpful to my career trajectory. I would say I've always been someone who has been like 3 jobs, like hustling, like always starting new businesses, had a dress hire business, tutored Italian kids in like English. Like I always just wanted to make more money and like be able to live the life that I wanted to live. But I feel like one of my biggest goals has always been to be able to retire my parents, and I feel like that still is one of my biggest goals. Whilst I was at uni, I actually started an internship at a marketing agency, which you can find on my LinkedIn if you want to know where that was. And that's where I learned all my skills, like at the internship. Like it was unpaid for 12 weeks, so that was like the grind. I was at uni, I was working like 3 jobs, morning shift and night shift, and I just like was so determined to learn all my skills. I learned Facebook ads, like meta ads, Pinterest, SMS marketing, holistic marketing, branding decks, just like everything. Like the days I'd work on shoot and steam clothes and be like the bitch and get like coffees and stuff too, like I really did go through the ringer. I've done like a career story on TikTok if you want to watch more of it, but basically I started running her second agency for her and was bringing a lot of the leads through TikTok, so much so that people were like, we want to do a TikTok consult. And at the time, some girls there actually bagged me for posting on TikTok, which is funny now because they are the ones asking me for advice. My boss was like, well, no one else knows how to do it. This is like early days, like 2022. Can you please do these consults? And the rate she was charging was so much higher than my hourly. Like I think I was only maybe getting paid, like when I first started that job I was getting paid like 40 or 50k, like not much at all, including super. And then I think when I left I was maybe on 80 or 85. Like it really wasn't a whole lot, and I knew that I wanted to make more, and I knew I could make more if I just went out on my own. But I also knew that when I first left I would pretty much go back to that 40k like straight away, because I had no clients and we had a non-compete, so I had to go source my clients. They couldn't be like related to the agency at all, so I knew that I would take like a dip. Okay, walking over to the World Trade Center. I'm literally running because I'm running a little bit behind. I feel like one of the biggest things when you have like multiple clients in a day, so today I have to work on 4 clients, is like being able to context switch and be like, switch into the creative brain for that like specific client. It starts at 6, so I have my call because we have the ultraviolet event tomorrow morning. Yep. So my call with Karen, the PR team, at 5 when I get home from this. Yep. And then from 5 to 5:45, and then I'll do the pre-prep for Coca-Cola about 15 minutes. Yeah, that's because you didn't come that for goals. I know not much. Do you want different shorts? Bologna in our office. And look at that. Wow, New York. If you know, you know. Country mix. I also think when you're super busy, it's all about like optimizing your time. So my Wegmans, like my groceries, are about to be delivered in 20 minutes. And I'm going to be home in 10, so like that's why I get them delivered, because it just is a lot easier than going all the way up there and carrying them home. I have to go through my emails and see what I missed while I was away, and then edit this content before my next call at 5. It's currently 4 p.m. Poppy. If you're in Australia, this is like a prebiotic soda. I actually just like the taste of it. I don't think it actually has any health benefits. I'm gonna edit the content that I just shot. Oh wait, tea. It's good. And then I'll go in after my call and yeah, just kind of like check if there's anything, and even if I have any more ideas like pop.
Or like higher protein, mixing their own, etc. But then we do still have those highly in the outdoors, so have that sort of aspirational, outdoorsy, active life products.
Yeah, sure. So I think that's totally fine. I think Caitlin is just an important call out for us as we really think about that social strategy when we are trying to hit both genders.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to think about setting up a strategy for education, but doing it in a really engaging, relatable way.
Oh, the come to Miami, I actually forgot about that. Morning, it's 5:55 and I need to get ready for this event. I'm running late, but I need to like hurry.
Like sausage roll. Hi guys, I'm Tinks and I'm at the Ultraviolet event. Hi guys, I'm Tinks and I'm at the Ultraviolet event.
But if you need my love, my clothes are off, I'm coming over to your place. And if you don't need my love, I didn't want you.
Just got off the subway I actually can't vlog while I'm in Uber because they have like kind of strict rules, but they basically have like this full like dining space where you can like eat whatever you want. There's like chefs. It's so nuts. So I'm going there now. Oh, I had the biggest victim mentality. Like if something bad happened, I'd be like, oh, like a classic, like this would happen to me. And I feel like it took me so many years to be like, why the fuck are you being such a bitch? Like, just literally harden up. Sorry, not sorry. Like, life is hard. And I used to let this kind of ruin my day. Like, you know how, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like, when there's just like a pile on of like shit that keeps happening to you, and in your head you're like, why does this happen to me? Like, blah, 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 like full victim mentality. I remember just like being like 20 and being like, I don't actually want to live like this anymore. Like, the world is not out to get me. Like, things happen, like shit happens, get over it. I would say for the most part, our friends are super positive, and not in like a toxic positive way, just in like a get on with shit way. And so I feel like it's really important if you are, I don't know, starting a business or trying to go out on your own or trying to just do anything, to surround yourself with really uplifting people who like inspire you, who are super positive. Like, sun goes down in about 2 hours and I honestly just don't think I'll have time. I have to refine this masterclass, edit all these videos from yesterday and today. Ultraviolet, we're doing an in-store on 5th Avenue at like 7 AM or 8 AM until 9. We actually don't have any plans on Friday night, which is so good because I need to work. Dude, my arms are so hairy. Whenever I get like kind of tanned, you can just see like my arms so hairy, and I can just see this in this video. So I'm running a masterclass for L'Oreal / Redken this Sunday, and I essentially need to send over my final draft of the masterclass, like in terms of like the slide decks and stuff, so they can add in different slides. I need to essentially, I sent them version 1, so I do like a big presentation that's like, you know, between like 20 to 50 pages. The masterclass only 2 hours, I think, or an hour and a half. So I do the deck and then send it across, and then they come back with any like feedback. I'm feeling really, really sleepy and need to get up at like 6 tomorrow for in-person filming at 5th Avenue. Reminds me, I need to put my mic's on charge. It's a hair masterclass. They've given me some people who are going to attend and said that they're happy for me to audit their account. So there's 3 accounts. There's 2. One's goal is attracting a new team member to work at their salon. That's like a luxury salon. 2, their goal is ambiguous. What would I define their goals as if just looking at their account? And what do I think they need? And then there's a pre-strat, which is basically where you take a salon and you give them a full audit because they haven't like yet like kind of blown up. So the other accounts might have like anywhere between 50k and 1 million followers, whereas these accounts that are pre-strat are like 1,000 followers, 500 followers, 1,500 followers, just like in that really small range. It's hard to balance like super green, like people who are very new to the platform, and then the people who have like say anywhere between 200 to 500,000 followers, because you need to make the content relevant for everyone and keep everyone engaged for like the 2 hours. I'm just gonna do that pre-strat and audit now. Then I need to edit some YouTube stuff. Let's do this. Today's Friday. I need to go up to 5th Avenue. I'm sleepy. Okay, dressed and ready. And now I'm gonna catch a subway up to 5th Avenue and film some in Sephora content before they open.
1940.
but I'm working on an ad that I'm doing for the brand Sorted, and I'm just updating all of my wish lists so that people can shop them if they find anything that they like. All right, room is officially fully cleaned. You know, you're just like, okay, now I can work. What? No, it's trying to straight away. Back home from dinner. Back online working. Gonna do my masterclass presentation now and then send that across. My creative brain is not working, so I'm gonna have a shower, do my skincare, and then come back to my presentation.
Like none of them are like really getting me going.
Oh,
You know when you like read text messages and you're like,
used to make me feel like that.
yeah. See?
Damn, that sucks. Sorry, I didn't really vlog this weekend. I feel like I don't really talk about this stuff like awfully much because it's not really in my nature to, but all I'm gonna say is like, as a girl, your intuition is literally always right, and like if you have a funny feeling about someone or something, like you are literally always right. But yeah, I've been feeling pretty not great. The worst like slap in the face, but anyway, I will continue on part 2 of how I started working in New York City. It's gonna be really dark, but I left my foundation at my friend's house. So essentially, because I was doing the consults in Australia and knew that people were after like consultation, I built up my portfolio by basically having a lot of clients in Australia, and then just started posting on LinkedIn and being like, these are my results. And then from there, I essentially would post on TikTok, and then people would start reaching out to me, which was really cool. So I didn't actually do any outreach when I first started, but I think that was just circumstantial because of my position in the agency, and then being able to like post on LinkedIn and essentially like build your personal brand as like a TikTok strategist. And essentially I started my business model. There were like lots of things that I did wrong at the start. Like my pricing was off, my service deck was just like way too much, like too heavy on comms or not enough comms, or left way too much room for error. So basically over the last 3 years, I've been like perfecting my service offering, and now I do just offer one-to-one consults or retainer packages. So the difference is, one is a project basis and the other one is ongoing, which means that the client pays a monthly fee. I give them X amount of deliverables, which could be like 2 calls a month, ongoing comms, or maybe it's like 60 ideas a month, like whatever it is. They're on for like a certain package, which they get like set deliverables every single month. Some people who do want to do this role always ask me what I charge. It's honestly based on your experience and what you think that your value is worth. So for example, like I know that because I have the paid advertising background and the media buying background, like I can charge more because of my experience, and also because I have like a portfolio of all these clients, versus when I first started, my rates were a lot lower. So my best advice would be that like in the beginning, you want to charge like probably something you think is like affordable to get those clients to build your portfolio. Of course, at the start of my working life, I would just like take clients on for so cheap, and like they would negotiate so low. I would do that for portfolio reasons, and now I feel like it's pretty cool to be in this space where I can be like, no, like I know I'm worth XYZ, and I don't negotiate with people anymore. Like I don't do things for portfolio, even if they're like a really great brand, because my clients that do pay, like I only have so many ideas in my brain. So like if I take on another client, that comes at the detriment of maybe having another client fall behind, if that makes sense. So I do like to just make sure it's always like pretty balanced. And if you're wondering how I work in the US, I'm a US citizen. So I was actually born in California but raised in Australia. So I work under my own company in the US, which is also like the same company in Australia. I've been considering releasing like a guide on everything on like how to make like extra money too, because I think like I always want to like be doing side hustles and working out how I can make extra income, whether that's like posting on TikTok or my like to know it or my shop mile, like whatever it is. I always like to just make sure that everything I'm doing is contributing to like my long-term goals. I never wanted to have like a scarcity mindset. So if you think a guide would be cool, do let me know, and I can like definitely consider doing that, but only if it's gonna like, I don't know, provide like a lot of value for people, you know. If you have any other questions though, like do let me know. This is also like a really big thing of working for yourself, is like when you are literally like going through these really highs and lows emotionally. Like you just have to like turn it on. And I always used to say to Tiles, like whenever I would go through these massive lows, which I feel like I don't really post about on TikTok because I like to keep my content overly very like positive, and feel like I've only really experienced having like lows like this since probably in the last year. It's like because of a few specific things or people. Yeah, I feel like you just have to like turn it on. I don't know if you've seen like the Katy Perry documentary where she's like crying because Russell Brand like files for divorce, and then she has to like turn it on for the concert. And that's what I always say to Tiles, is exactly how I feel.
Friend or a girlfriend or daughter or sister is like so proportionally different than who.
Thanks so much for watching this work vlog, and if you have any questions or things that you think that I should cover, I can also do like another work vlog, or if you prefer the more like daily life or you want a mix of both, do just let me know. So this is the Teams thing, and then this is like the Pro Connect thing. So basically there's like this L'Oreal Business Academy, and then there's just a synopsis about like what everyone's going to get. About is how many hashtags should I use? Should I be using hashtags? I don't really know your schedule. I know it can be very difficult to be filming all the time plus working. Really struggling to create your archetype. This is where you could say, hey, I'm to attract clients. I would say based in pet peeves would be more targeted to other salon owners or other hair professionals. So when you think about like, okay, cool, that is a very small amount of people who will understand that problem versus like the bigger audience group, because that's going to drive a lot more relatability on the consumer side.
Travel the world and do education. She's got a family.
Class, I literally spoke for like an hour and a half straight, and everyone was so great. Like the questions were really good. It's like a mix of like advanced questions, mix of like basic questions, which were really, really great. I have another busy week. I will try and edit this video and get this live, but I really, really want to know from you guys, like if you prefer like the weekly work vlogs or if you prefer weekly vlogs. They are a lot harder to do with my job because I have to like remember to film, which sounds silly, but it's like a lot to think like, okay, TikTok content, too much talking content, we are doing content, YouTube, week, my life, my clients. So let me know what you prefer. If you have any work related questions, let me know and I can try and answer them in the comments or do another video on it and like do a Q&A maybe if that's interesting. But yeah, grateful for all of you. Love you. Bye.